It is May 1st as I am filming this, and that means that we have made it through the first 4 months of the year, and that means it is time for another Empties video. I try to do these every 4 months. I like to keep it consistent time-wise so I can see how quickly I'm moving through things. So I have a rather large bag, actually, rather full. So let's just jump right in. I'm just going to pull from the top, so this is going to be in a crazy order. First, I have a Bath & Body Works shower gel. This is in Vanilla Bean Noel, which is like my favorite scent ever, but I think this bottle is like 4 years old because I have this problem. I've talked about it before where when I have something that I really like, I don't want to finish it. So every year I'll use like this much of it. And this year I was like, no, it's time. I'm finishing it. I'm getting out of it. And so by February, I was over it. So I'll probably buy it again next year because I love it so much, but it's finally empty. Here on the top are a couple different dry shampoos. I've been going to the gym a lot. Hi, I'm wearing gym clothes right now, which, by the way, Old Navy gym clothes are the freaking bomb. So I've been using a lot of dry shampoo to get through my days. This is the Klorane Dry Shampoo in oat milk. Is that a flavor or just a general? Anyway, I really like this. The Klorane one was awesome. The Perfect Hair Day one from Living Proof, I could kind of take it or leave it. So if I had to choose between these, Klorane all the way. This one I just finished. Actually, there's probably enough for like half a face worth left in here. This is the Philosophy Renewed Hope in a Jar. This is not the full size. This is 1 fluid ounce. I think the full size is like 3 maybe. But I liked this fine. I didn't feel like it was life-changing. I probably wouldn't spend the money on it. I did get this in gratis. The texture was interesting. It was like moussey, like homemade chocolate mousse where it still has just a little bit of a grain to it. I don't know. It was weird, but by the time I was done with it, I didn't mind it, so if that sounds interesting to you, I guess try it out. I have the OGX shampoo in the Biotin Collagen one. This one's purpley, and it smells like nothing in particular. Like, I don't know what the smell is. It's kind of floral-y, but not like any particular I don't know. This is fine. I really like OGX, but none of the flavors are any different than any others, I don't think. I use the word flavor a lot. I'm sorry. Clinique Take the Day Off Makeup Removing Oil. I really liked this. I really, really liked this. I really like cleansing oils, and I prefer them to have a pump so that I know how much-ish I'm getting. Like the Josie Marin one. Also really like that one. When I started using this, I think I was at like 3.5 pumps. Then I realized I didn't need that much, so I was using like 2.5, maybe 2. But I also haven't been wearing as much makeup lately. So anyway, I haven't used this in the last month or two. I finished it earlier in the year, but I really, really am a fan. After that, then I went to this one. That one I got in gratis. This one I got in gratis. Most of my skincare has come from gratis. This is the Henriksen, the Pure Truth Melting Cleanser. Yes, the 3-in-1 melting cleanser. Technically, this is not supposed to go on your eyes, which when it came out, I really wanted it, and then I read that, so I was like, I'm not going to spend money on that because I am way too lazy to use an eye remover, and then a face makeup remover, and then a cleanser. Like, I'm not using 3 cleansing steps. It's just not going to happen. So when I got to this one, because I was out of other cleansers, I was like, well, I guess it's going on my eyes, and I never had a problem with it. I think there was even one night I did this before taking out my contacts, and it still wasn't an issue, so don't do that because it says not to, but I did it, and it was fine. So I do like it, though. It takes off your makeup well. I don't like that I never know how much I'm getting out compared to yesterday. I'm throwing all this shit on the floor. Hey, look, I used a whole, I think, 1 sheet mask. I am so bad at using sheet masks lately. This is My Beauty Diary Black Pearl. Most sheet masks do the same thing. I have a few mascaras here on top. The Marc Jacobs one I freaking loved. This is the Omega Lash, which is not their newest one. I really, really liked this. The brush is small, but fluffy. I like it. I really do. I probably won't spend $30 on a new one, but I was a fan. This is Dior Diorshow. The brush is way too big, and apparently I hate it because I closed it so long. Like, it's as big as my freaking eye. It's too big. It's ridiculous. And then I have the Bare Minerals Lash Domination, which I really, really liked this brush. Unfortunately, the last couple weeks that I was wearing it was starting to smudge, so that's why I stopped wearing it, because when black all down here, it just ain't pretty. I finished a pack of Rite Aid cleansing wipes, which is ridiculous. We don't have Rite Aid here in Kansas, which means that I've had this since I lived in Portland. So I'm glad I'm done with them, at least. Okay, I did use another sheet mask. This is an Innisfree Manuka Honey one. I really like Manuka Honey products. I really liked this, actually. This was a good one. I have another dry shampoo. This one is from Drybar. This was my first love in the dry shampoo world. I really, really, really love this. It works really well. It gets rid of all your oils. It does leave a little bit of a feel behind. Like, I can tell that I have dry shampoo in my hair, but sometimes that's not so bad. Sometimes I use it like a texturizing spray that way. It's just expensive, but so are the other two that I had earlier, so. It smells really powdery. Very, very powdery smelling. A couple more mascaras. Oh, 3 more mascaras. Okay. This is the worst. This is Maybelline the Falsies Push-Up Drama. I got this in my Target beauty box. It's still wet. I normally don't throw these out until they're dried, but like the brush is awful. This is like literally the clumpiest my lashes have ever looked. If you ever spend it, it's bad. This is Maybelline Full and Soft, if I can open it. Good God, Laura, why do you close things so tight? This is one of my old loves in mascara. I used to wear this a lot when I was in high school, and it's a good size brush. It's kind of in between the Marc Jacobs and the Dior in terms of like height. It's not as tall as the Dior. It's not quite as long as the Marc Jacobs though. So probably I prefer the Marc Jacobs brush, but this is really good for very fluffy looking lashes if that's what you like from your lashes. And then I got a little sample of the Dior Addict It Lash when it came out last year. And I never used it because I'm way behind on mascaras and it's bad. So I didn't actually use this, which is too bad, but I'm throwing it away. A couple other things that came in my Target beauty box. This is the Olay Regenerist Micro Sculpting Cream. It was fine. It was just like absolutely every other moisturizer I feel like I've ever used, like a very generic moisturizer. And this is the Laneige Water Bank Moisture Cream for normal to dry skin. I have normal combination skin, but I really loved this. It's thin, it soaked in really fast, but it was very moisturizing, but not like gonna make me oily and hate myself moisturizing. It smells really clean. I don't know, I really like it. Honestly, I think I maybe have one more moisturizer to go through in my back stock, and if I don't get any more, then I'm gonna buy this right now. This is what's next on my to-buy list. Oh, another moisturizer. This is the Mizon. I don't know how to say this word, but that's okay. The Snail Repair Perfect Cream. It was a weird texture, but that makes sense because it's full of snail goo. I don't know, I just didn't feel like it did anything exciting for my skin. Some people like swear by snail, and I think snail is whatever. I have a Skin Food Royal Honey Mask. This is one of the samples. I think I used this. I think I put them in little sample jars from Sephora after I open up these. I think I used this 2 or 3 times, which is a pretty decent size. Again, I really like things with honey in it, so I think I used this and I was like, oh my god, my skin looks awesome, and then I'm too lazy to use again. So that's what happened. But I did like this. It's been a while since I used it, though. That's the only problem with me waiting 4 months before I do these again. This is an exciting one. This is a Burt's Bees Cuticle Cream, and it's empty. It's so empty. I have like 5 of these floating around in my life, and I think almost all of them are super close to empty, so when I can manage to get through one of these without losing it first, I'm always really happy. It's like chapstick for me. I have one candle from Bath & Body Works. This is Salted Caramel. It smells like smoke now. But it was awesome. I burned a lot of candles this winter. I was really into candles this winter. I have a little mini of the CeraVe Eye Repair Cream. This also came in my Target beauty box. Hey, guys, I got through my Target beauty box. I got my $5 worth out of that. It is empty as hell, but that's okay because I bought the full size. So, yeah, this one is half the sample size was a half size, and I think it lasted me about a month, so if that gives you an idea of about how long the full size will last me. So I'm really into this. It's super hydrating. I have really extremely dry under eyes. I feel like this is the most hydrating that I've ever found something to be, and like not just surface hydrating, but it actually makes my skin feel better. And finally, I have a Sephora eyebrow pencil in neutral gray brown, number 5. She is so empty, and that makes me sad because this is probably my favorite eyebrow pencil just because it's so cheap. And it's a really great color, and it's a really small nib, except that this not spoolie is the worst. Like, it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. It's dumb. But the pencil itself, really nice. So there we go. Those are all of my empties for the last 4 months. I feel really good about that. I feel like I moved through a lot of skincare this time, but I was being a lot more careful to kind of pick one and stay with it instead of kind of switching back and forth. So this way I kind of knew better both what I liked and didn't like, and so I could just get a lot of stuff out of my stash because my stash is ridiculous. So, but now that I'm kind of moving through them, I'm starting to feel like, but I'm gonna run out of moisturizer though, which is like a normal human thing to have to go buy, but because I have so much that I get for free, I just forget that that's something people have to do. First world problems of first world problems, so. Anyway, if you have any questions about any of those things, let me know and I can try to give you more details. You just leave me a comment down there and we'll make that happen. If you have anything based on what I liked and didn't like there that you would like to suggest to me to try, I am always open to suggestions. And I will see you again very soon. Bye, guys!